Hi, this is Balinkosi and you're watching Joburg Today.
Alexi and Mick, welcome to Joburg Today. We've been hearing about this great adventure you've been on in Israel. So here you are to talk to us about this great adventure. Let's start with you, Alexi. Just tell our audience how you got to go to Israel.
So actually I got an email from a lady by the name of Laura. She said, we've got this great initiative taking place and would you like to get involved? Obviously me being quite a curious person and a curious Instagram or photographer, I called her straight away and I said, what is it? What's this all about? And this whole journey all started with this discussion where Israel were quite excited to have us there to just take photos of the country.
So you were invited by Israel to take photos of Israel, and from what I understand, 2 photographers from South Africa also went to Israel. What was that adventure for you like as an Instagrammer/photographer? Just give us a sense of what that experience was like for you,
I
Mick.
mean, it's always awesome to experience a new place, a new country, a new culture, and I think that was really what made it amazing. Was just like something totally different, that something that we're not used to, and in that also seeing the similarities of our own country. And I think by bringing other people, by us going to Israel and some Israelis coming to South Africa, we provide a different perspective on like a country. For example,
Sure.
like the Israelis take different photos of their own country than what we do, and what we suddenly see beautiful, they just see as like daily life. You know what I mean? And I think like that was really interesting, and they helped us see our own country in a different way as well, what they found interesting and beautiful. So it was like a very interesting way to start the conversation.
I think it's so relevant what you just said, because you haven't been to Israel before, so you were able to see it with fresh eyes and experience it. Exactly. What stood out for you? How did your life change?
I mean, life-changing is quite a strong word, but
How did it move you?
It moved me in the sense that I got to interact with the people of Israel.
Sure.
And almost share in daily life in Israel. Walking the streets, I mean, our whole thing was, let's just get lost. There was no tours, there was no buses, there was no nothing. It was just us touring the streets and just getting a sense of daily life. I've always wanted to go to Israel because my family are originally from Cyprus, and Cyprus and Israel are basically neighbors. But the whole experience just showed me a different country and a different people, and experiencing the lives that exist there.
Fascinating, fascinating. What do you think your pictures say about your experience? You have to think about the shots that you took.
Well, I think our pictures just show, this country from our perspective, where we went there as like not Israeli, have no connection to the place at all. And it's just like, this is what we saw, this is what we appreciated, and this is, what captured our attention. And I think it would almost, because we started photography through Instagram, it kind of brings that Instagram aesthetic with it, and like the younger generation. And the way we take photos and see things might be very different to like a senior photographer who's just like grown up with a more traditional sense of, taking photos and all of that. So
Sure.
I think we brought that Instagram aesthetic to Israel, and I think, that's what made it unique.
And what we found beautiful, I mean, like I said, we got lost in the market. With people just walking all around us and preparing for dinner that night, or little kids running around, running after their parents, and seeing what clothing they wear.
So everyday life.
Just everyday life, and that's what we try to. We try to stay away from the tourist attractions as such, because I mean, you'll find a lot of tourists there. So we try to entrench ourselves in the life that exists there.
What is the deeper purpose of this initiative?
Just possibly, and obviously because it's not our initiative, we were invited as guests, but I think the main thing was just to portray real life in Israel, as well as try and see if there are similarities between the two countries.
The photo, the dialogue theme, how does that fit in?
So to start that photographic dialogue between the two countries, where this is daily life in South Africa. Oh, what does daily life look like in Israel? And with that photo to kind of start that dialogue and bring people together through the medium of photos.